running, jumping, leaping, climbing, vaulting, doing acrobatics, that's something that we do instinctually. That's something where we do it since, we're a kid. We do that naturally. And somewhere along the lines, we sort of lose touch with that inner child.
At this gym, you won't find your typical fitness equipment. The Parkour and Performing Arts Center is a space for people to move dynamically, whether that be hanging from silks, practicing martial arts, tumbling, or doing parkour. Co-founder Elle Beyer established this gym in 2012 in Rockland with her husband Lon Beyer and local parkour athlete Corey Romines. Today, the gym is located in Lincoln, and Elle is continuing to spread her unique philosophy on movement. It's a philosophy that originated from the days when she and her husband were stunt actors in Hollywood.
I really loved the culture of the Hollywood stunt gyms. I loved how it was sort of this really inclusive space of all different movement disciplines. You had athletes from all over the world, athletes from, gymnastics, dance, martial arts backgrounds, parkour backgrounds. I wanted a place where I could move the way that I enjoy moving, but also a place that's great for my kids. We'd gotten a membership at another gym, and I ended up getting kicked off the floor because I was too old. Power and speed. I don't want to be sentenced to a treadmill, or a stationary bike. That's just, for me, I look at that and I think that's more of a rehabilitative approach to fitness. It's not really a movement approach that's designed to get us fitter and healthier and happier and improving our quality of life.
As its name suggests, the gym's most popular class is parkour, a physical discipline from France that originated in the 1980s. The Parkour and Performing Arts Center is the 4th parkour gym in the nation, and the only one offering classes in other types of dynamic movement.
Parkour is definitely a full body exercise and sport, and I wouldn't even consider it just a sport, but an art for most. It involves running, jumping, hand-eye coordination, thinking fast, and technique and personality, for sure. I have a very artistic personality, so when I was younger, getting into a bunch of sports, I couldn't really find my sport. So when my mom introduced me to parkour, it was actually this place, one of the original locations. I just fell in love with the community and the coaches and how the sport made me feel, and made me feel kind of free to do whatever I wanted. Parkour is like a thumbprint. So no two parkour artists are the same. They could try their best to copy the same techniques and everything, and there are set moves that you can do, but no one does them the same way.
When I started training in parkour, I connected so much more with my inner child, and I started training in it 7 months after I had my 4th child, and I was super out of shape, and I thought, I want to try parkour because I just feel like it's going to really get me into shape, and it really did. It built me up it really made me so much stronger. We're all ages. We have so many different practitioners at all different levels. We have primarily beginners that start with us, but we also have pros. We have people that are, neurodivergent, special needs. We have people that are in their 50s and above.
The gym's inclusive environment caters to all athletes, such as Chris, a parkour student with autism, whose limited verbal and motor skills don't stop him from moving dynamically.
I saw parkour had birthdays, and I had inquired about having a birthday for him, and Elle phoned me back, and she gave some very appropriate and fun activities. So I knew that she understood what would be appropriate movement activities for my son and his friends. So that's how we got started. Christopher's class is private. They give him time to organize his body before he does the movement or the motor skill. And that's really important, that he's not interrupted. Other places might say, come on, do it. But the second he hears another voice, he has to process that voice, and he can't concentrate on organizing his body. They allow him to use a communication board So he has his input. Yes, I need a break right now. I'd like to try this again. I'd like to do this activity. The coaches here, they understand the body and how it moves. And they always choose the appropriate motor challenge. Every time I tell people that he's doing parkour, they say, "Ooh, that's really cool." And my son is listening, and he's feeling really good about it. Also, he likes the motor challenges, and he becomes more confident that he can move his body successfully.
We've just got such a different approach when it comes to thinking about movement. Some movement communities can be highly competitive, very territorial, whereas parkour is about connecting with yourself, connecting with your environment, and connecting with others.
Another way of connecting with others is chase tag. It's an emerging sport that Joe Unruh, a longtime parkour athlete, competes in professionally and introduced to this area in 2019.
Chase tag is a competitive team-based sport where there's an arena set up. It's about 40 feet by 40 feet, and it's all bars and different structures and whatnot. And it's one person going out to chase the other person who's trying to evade. Since it is a very new sport, it is very, very hard to get into it and start training for it. Here at this gym, I've been doing a class for probably about a year and a half, where we meet once a week and just sort of set up the different obstacles in the area to sort of best I can mimic the quad and run matches on it. I think the camaraderie that's involved in it is really great. Just the sportsmanship. If you watch any of the games on TV or anything, after a match when someone gets the tag or whatnot, they're usually over hugging the other opponent that they just won. And I hope that continues with the sport and we don't lose that as it gets bigger.
When it comes to our physical health and our physical fitness, we get so much out of connecting with others, and it helps us look forward and also stay accountable to our movement craft. So I think that's just really important, is having that play-based approach where I'm not here just to move my body because I enjoy moving it, but I'm also connecting with other people. You don't move just because you want to be famous or a professional in that. You do it because it brings you joy.